ABC Jonathan Karl, who joins us now with more on the president's first post-election press conference. And John, questions on all the big issues, but much of the focus on that looming fiscal cliff January 1st.
That's right, George. And the president will have his first meeting since the election with congressional leaders here at the White House tomorrow. But he used that press conference to lay out some very bright lines on where he stands on taxes and the fiscal cliff.
Holding his first news conference since winning re-election, the president took a hard line on his bottom line. There will be no budget deal without raising taxes on the wealthy.
When it comes to the top 2%, what I'm not going to do is to extend further a tax cut for folks who don't need it, which would cost close to $1 trillion.
In his previous efforts to strike a so-called grand bargain with Speaker of the House John Boehner, the president proposed $800 billion in new tax revenues. But now he is seeking twice that, $1.6 trillion in new taxes over the next 10 years. That's a bitter pill for Republicans to swallow. Speaker Boehner has called raising tax rates on anybody unacceptable, but he hasn't ruled out limiting deductions and closing loopholes, and that could be the outline of a possible deal.
If you look closely at what the president had to say and look closely at what I've had to say, there are no barriers here to sitting down and beginning to work through this process.
But if they don't come to a resolution, beginning January 1st, the economy could be thrown back into recession, and households making $70,000 a year could see their taxes increase over $4,000.
The president did say he is open to new ideas and that if Republicans have a way to raise taxes on the wealthy without raising rates, he wouldn't slam the door on them.